bathrooms, if that happens, then there's much more of a chance that glaive can pull this off.
He doesn't believe it.
Nah, that's the problem right now.
Oh.
And drop headshot. We've got it. The newcomers of FURIA in drop and safe. And what do you know, folks? FURIA pistol round win.
Yeah, safe was very expensive on the HLTV Fantasy.
Was he?
Yeah, he had a high rating.
He was. That's true. We did a fantasy draft. We did it with unlimited money, so we could choose whoever the hell we wanted.
Yeah.
I think Jason Moses O'Toole probably has. I'm looking at that roster. I'm a little bit jealous.
He has a star-studded lineup.
That he does. Stunna has 3 oppers.
Stunna has 3 oppers. I wonder which one he picked as the opper, you know, for his booster.
Well, he's got simple, so you'd hope.
I wonder.
You'd hope.
Yeah. Who did he get? Because I think I got Shiro. Oh man, I got Shiro. Oh man.
Uh-oh.
I thought Shiro was safe stats.
It felt that way.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
All right, into round 2. Buy up here from the Danes. Config and Lucky going to be swinging the AK-47s with armor back behind it.
Yeah. glaive did say once, you know, we can't only win on land. Like, we have to play well online as well. But, like, even with that in mind, the thought that he's still trying as hard as possible and still just going red every single game online is so funny. Because he goes right back to land and then he's nuts again, right?
But this is the world we live in.
If everything was online, would have Astralis had an era? That's the main question now.
If everything was online?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they would have. I completely sympathize, though. It's hard when you are a team, when you're an individual who's done it all on land, and then you've got to go and try to, you know, stay motivated with competition. I think we saw it with Kerrigan as well. But just kind of like, what are you playing for anymore?
Yeah, but that's what was funny to me, because he expressed that he, you know, took those games very seriously, probably tried his hardest, but still couldn't do it.
Trying as hard as these AKs were to get a little bit of game control, but now it's down to the double deagles, and they will also fall empty-handed. Excellent second round for FURIA, especially if they can grab that second AK-47 and keep 5 guys standing.
Yeah.
Which, no, they're going to have still 1 MP9.
It's crazy how much the teams have changed since we last saw them. Astralis in a little bit more turmoil in that regard with their moves. With FURIA, I really like, you know, I like the changes a lot, actually. I mean, I love Safe being on this roster. I was a huge Henny proponent, you know, saying, give him a second chance, get him back on the roster. But, I mean, it wasn't even clear if he wanted to. If he wanted to continue to play with Lucas or not. And I don't know, you know, maybe it makes sense that they don't go back to doing that. They had good results with Henny, but not, like, obviously, ultra spectacular. And, Yuri just ran right into the corner of a wall.
Yeah. Safe's there to help out, but then he gets caught jumping. Whoa. So this round actually has more juice behind it for Astralis than the round that they came in with armored AKs.
The hell?
They've got Lucky with an AK-47, a smoke, and a flashbang. He's just recovered all these little tidbits to try and make something happen. This would be a real fumbled ball. And it's caused by the fact that, yeah, Yuri gets stuck on the wall trying to fall back from Fountain.
Have you ever done that? It hurts.
Getting stuck on a wall?
No, like running into the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Break your glasses. I actually have a scar on my head from doing that.
Yeah.
You know, those, okay, well, they actually might have an open, oh, they're going to go through the stairs, actually. It's interesting. It doesn't seem like it'll matter, you know, with the CT split up 1-1 to sights. K-Serrato's is going to take first contact here on short. I like this play from him. You know, he's covered if they walk out long. He also has a pretty good angle for this.
He's on high alert.
Oh, that was kind of trapped. Oh, he's actually stuck now.
Lucky.
Drop has to 1v3, and it is, again, it's still possible, but man, now they're just picking up nades. They have guns.
And drop. Oh, this is such a difficult spot for him to be in. Let's see, he's got the incendiary, he's got the smoke, so he could block off short side. First and foremost, he's going to need to clear that water, but that's what's going to allow for Lucky to swing out. So the reaction here from Drop's going to have to be amazing. It's like more than a 90-degree flick from left to right or vice versa. And the more he thinks about that task, the more he has to just realize that this one is a save. Astralis with Glocks. Glockstralis.
Yeah, seriously. What the hell? Can't believe this situation got so out of hand.
What is your assessment of Lucky? Because to be honest with you, here's my take.
Go ahead.
He had a phenomenal showing at Fall Finals. He was one of the reasons that they, as a team, were able to step up and succeed at the event. And that was, you know, the new guy on the block coming in with this team in a very pressured situation. And he performed well. We've seen his role kind of flux between rifle and op. And all things considered, I like the prospect of Lucky on Astralis.
I'm with you. When I think about Lucky, and I think about him as a player a lot fitting into this roster. He's not been the problem for them, I don't think, and I think he's a very good player. He's not one of these bits or whatever, or any of these Academy League players who just came out and have just looked absolutely extraordinary. In terms of clutch, he's almost 9 out of 10 for me. I feel like he always makes a very good play in the clutch. When I see him op, he looks incredibly composed. The actual total output never reflects the feeling that you get when he hits a nice shot. And I feel like overall, he's probably like a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10 when you balance everything together. But I see a ton of potential still. And again, I don't think he's the problem. I think there shouldn't be as much emphasis on him with the players they've got on this roster.
Fair.
It's very easy to scapegoat Lucky, right? But honestly, Zipix, Glaive online, even Config's inconsistency online especially, actually, have been the 3 biggest issues.
Config dealing with some real drop-off, but let's see if the entries go swimmingly. Astralis get into the B site for free, expected of Quesarado in that position. Zipix finds his first kill of the map, and blameF gives good cover. Utility goes beyond Art, so he's already extended past it. And look at this push from Safe. With the scout, he goes through the flames. Art's frag finds Zipix, man advantage, still no bomb plant, and a chance to escape if needed. But a curious one, because Yuri's wrapping all the way around from Monster.
That's brutal. I mean, they got everything covered.
What's the play? Fall silent? Make them think maybe they evacuated back up through connector?
This just feels like such a done position already with Yuri at this position, but they might have, we'll see if they get a bomb plant cleanly. Yuri's just starting to realize, with this much time, he can just dive it.
Yeah, Yuri's got this one easy. So that long flank, unsuspected. We talked about the clutch, but with 10 seconds, with 3 players upon him, and the bomb still, dropped in the open, there's FURIA to really just swarm that bomb site. Very nicely done to just push through that incendiary. Art had, I think, a much more comfortable timing to run over to Graffiti, and nobody was able to challenge him on the cross. Is the fact that Safe comes flying through with the scout shot.
Yeah, shout out to Safe. And yeah, he was on my personal short list of players just outside the top 20 out of last year as well. I mean, he played really well at the major actually, but outside of that, didn't get to play against a lot of good teams. So he's one of these oppers that we have not seen what his peak will be, and is already extremely promising to the tune of the Monacies, the Torsies, whatever. Of course, they can only do so much in their regions, and Monacy is probably a cut above. Torzy gets to play in Europe all the time, all that stuff. But for the opponents that Safe had to play against, he was owning. So a very, very cool thing for FURIA to be able to find someone like him.
It's a very difficult job, I think, to be any one of the prospectful players to come into a team like FURIA.
Seriously.
Because you've got to think to yourself, not only are you going to be stepping up in a big level in terms of your competition, but you've got to slot into one of the most unique and one of the most hectic systems in CSGO. I think that was the folly of Junior.
And one thing that makes it easier for a Brazilian player to do this is that this was explained to me about the style of FURIA, that when they came up, they were reflective of a pug style in Brazil when they would just play, their craziest. So a lot of players, despite when we look at Safe and he looks like a much more calm player, he's used to that style, from his previous teams. And I think that, and some of the, and he's probably been exposed to so much of that play style already that it might make it a touch easier. Plus the fact that they're all communicating in the same language, right? That also should help out a lot. And even compared to Junior, Safe has had already so much better, so many better results, overall higher consistent stat lines. And so from a lot of different angles, it makes more sense, even if the actual level of competition, it's like a similar jump for both of them. We don't know exactly what's happened here, so I think we got a minute before we hop back into the game. Okay. Gonna get Glaive a new monitor. He said, I want a 144 hertz monitor. I can't play on this 240 hertz.
Turn this thing down.
Turn it down.
Turn it down. Y'all got CRTs or what?
Yeah. Let's bring that back.
Need blameF to carry them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got to clean it down, give it a little wipe. Do you think that Safe is the best replacement for Henny? Because I think we haven't seen successful opping in FURIA since Henny's, role.
For sure. Outside of whenever Art, would do. Like he's obviously always been it,
hand,
but yeah, like Henny was just insanely good on the team, and Henny became the best player he ever was playing on FURIA, and that reflected in how well FURIA played as well. And I do think that Safe is actually the best option. And when he first joined, I really was still hung up on the idea of getting Henny back into the lineup, whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Just pay his brother a salary so he can sit on the bench or something. Just get Henny back on this lineup. But now that I've separated my emotions from it, I think I actually do believe Safe was the clear roster move to make, and I'm glad to see it happen.
Do you think that Furia's off-season roster changes were some of the best for South America? Because personally, I looked at actually, Oplano, or 00 Nation, excuse me. They picked up, I think, two really big prospects in the form of Mulbs and Try. And that was kind of like, I think, taking a chance when you go with a bit more inexperience. But yeah, so you put Furia up there on the list?
I do. I think it's even better, honestly. Okay. Even though they made very, very good upgrades, they had basically no results behind that. So for Furia, they actually had a more high-stakes situation when it came to roster moves. They've got a more established org, a team that's more established. They've already had some history at this point. They're flirting with majors. 00 Nation are not at that
top
level.
8. We have to remember, right? Yeah. Top 8 at the Stockholm. I think that, to me, was one of the most shocking results of the major in terms of making playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
I did not expect Furia to get there.
Yeah, definitely. And, if we do contextualize the wins, it weren't obviously the hardest draw, you could argue, to get to top 8, but at the same time, they beat who was in front of them.
Yep.
And they made it happen, for sure. And yeah, I mean, listen, Yuri and Cacerado are two of a handful of the best Brazilian players to ever play this game. And whether or not that's reflected in their actual achievements as a lineup, they can't stand to all the SK guys on that front. Right now, they're better than all of them. And I think that's, team results, they can come sometimes, but we just had a period of 2 years with very, very few lands, and they just maintained. Yeah. And again, Yuri broke top 20 despite all that. Cacerado was closely behind him. And honestly, Furia's style has also evolved to the point that it's not so insecure anymore with the amount of aggressive maneuvers they make. They kind of pick and choose where they want to go because they actually have so much talent behind it. They no longer have to try to rely on some of that gimmicky play to close the gap.
Right, they mastered it.
And I think when Art realized that, he found a way to be himself, but also to say, okay, we can just default sometimes, and Yuri and Cacerado will just win rounds by being better players than the other guys on the other side of the server. And they're still peaking. I mean, they're I almost said the F word. They're really goddamn consistent.
They're Furia good, dude.
Yeah.
They're real Furia good. They've gotten a weapon advantage over Astralis here for this one. So tech issues aside, thank you admins, thank you viewers for your patience. Let's get our action back underway. Lots of utility exchanged early on. This is going to leave Furia with just a couple smokes and a trio of flashbangs with still a minute left here. So if maybe Astralis can close that distance, we'll see it. But we also have Furia, I think, a pretty curious team when it comes to CT sides, always, carving out a little bit of information, kind of heroic-esque in that regard. Maybe not as extreme as heroic.
I think heroic are heroic because of Furia, I would argue. Yeah, so I think a lot of these teams that tried to just say, can we get away with this at this level? I feel like they looked at Furia and what they could do.
Well, we've got Astralis all clumped up, working within short B. This is 5 players inside of short. But we do have the 2 defenders already next to Monster, so they could just be running straight to the meat grinder. Art's going to be working with very little cover. Zipix is back 10, good for a headshot. It's Glaive's pistol of all things, but Cacerado, that second player deep on Monster, makes a world of difference as he guns down 3, keeps himself standing, and puts Furia to the 4-1 start.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, honestly, about that conversation with, who drew influence from other places. And players like Cadian and Stown have actually talked about how they have always wanted to, like, Stown loves how the way that Cadian calls because they both have that in them to want to make aggressive plays. So it's probably a combination. But honestly, like, Furia broke a lot of ground for people in terms of being brave enough to say, we don't have to play good fundamental CS like the textbook says every single round and still be able to win big games. So, yeah, I mean, Astralis so far at Kato, to kind of change it up and talk about them a little bit, they are looking like a lot better on LAN. And this will just be about saying, okay, definitively, they need LAN to play well. I think that's what Kato is going to either prove or disprove for Astralis, because we just had the weirdest situation with such a successful Blast Ball final, a really good start to Kato, and everything terrible in between that was online.
Yep. Rough spots all around. And this round, particularly, gonna be extra rough. Pistols getting ripped apart. And a forward-standing Yuri. Yuri inside connector. You rate that highly?
Definitely. Yeah, honestly, Yuri anywhere.
Okay, sure. Fair, fair. Yeah, yeah. Safe.
Oh.
Just giving them a little bit of room. That's technically a bomb plant if they go for the bank side.
Yeah.
There's nobody there to stop it unless they just come flying up from dumpster, but it seems like Drop is very wary of that play.
They're not even trying it, actually.
No.
That
Bomb came off of the site, in fact, went back to long.
They couldn't believe it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is impossible.
They have too much reverence for FURIA right now.
No way, man. No way. So Astralis could have had a plant, decided against it.
They got lucky into a spot to hold bank. There could have been a guy CT, but maybe they should have just checked.
Hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Get with the times. Poor Config, too blind as a bat. It's pinched between 3 people. And so far, the rifle work's just been very nice and clean here from FURIA. So, safe again, swinging the op. Astralis back in with a buy. 7 rounds deep on this T side and still just with the 1 win. And that 1 win, it's not as though we can look to their rifles or their default or some, you know, it was the miracle of the Glock win. And it arguably just the worst round from FURIA.
Yeah.
Yuri getting stuck on a corner, safe jumping around long A.
Right.
Those mistakes haven't been made since, and Astralis haven't won a round since.
That's true.
Correlation, my friend. Nice op shot from Safe. 10-1 is his start, and he's thinking about going back to the peak, but there were more guns trained on him than he could shoot back with. So the retreat, the better call.
Whenever you think, should I re-peak, just look down at the Jaguar on your jersey.
Yes.
And swing.
It is the way.
Is it a Panther or Jaguar?
Let's say Black Panther.
Yeah,
by the looks of it.
Wow.
Maybe a Puma.
These guys think a lot alike. Yeah, it could be a Puma. Some kind of big cat. Hello, cool cats and kittens.
Oh, what?
Oh, he got him!
No way.
He actually remembered that there could be someone there. That's brutal from Blame.
Nicely done. Quesarado is going to be tucked behind the APC. The fire goes past him, so he actually has this little piece of sanctuary. And he's calling for the rotate to come up. Times his peak perfectly. But it's not a commitment here because we've got the monster play from Xyp9x. He serves as a perfect scout in this situation with the smoke on top of it. Gonna drop that upon the heaven. Cuts off 2 players, but Art caught in the open.
No.
Serves as a distraction. Drop comes back in with it. Config trying to fight. They're standing there, and Config takes 2 headshots, but Art makes the difference. How does he survive?
Literally tries to jump away, hits a wall, and then you can't be killed, and his teammate swings with him. Lucky or godlike?
Lucky.
Godlike.
The fact that he gets stuck on the corner. I mean, that's how they lost their last round. That's how they should have lost this round. blameF, nice corner clear.
We'll call it cosmic justice then, because it balances the scales a little bit.
All right, that's fair. But this was Drop. I mean, really. Oh,
that's a nice try, actually. Holy.
Beautiful 2 headshots. In terms of, you know, crispness, Config just delivered us a highlight that kind of piques my interest. His performance has been a question mark for the Danes.
Oh, for sure, man.
And when they first came into the lineup, you know, we looked like, particularly on Mirage, it was just, oh yeah, Config and blameF, they're the consistency. Config and blameF, they're bringing the, you know, the complexity success story. It was the rest of Astralis that needed to step up with them. But while blameF has, I think, remained a bit more consistent, we have watched Config taper off.
Yes, and to be clear, blameF, very consistent. We talk about this move, pretty much the only consistent feature online, whatever. And Config fell off a cliff. It's wild.
But he's still hanging on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as lands, I mean, yeah, it's the thing. Nobody doubts him on land. Nobody doubts all the land players on land. That's pretty much what we learned when the lands came back, that everybody who was just, you know, looked like they fell off permanently, as soon as lands hit, it's like online never happened.
They're back.
And people were like, well, do the online results matter? And it's like, eventually, you know, ideally one day, you know, everything is just land all the time. So unfortunately, even though online matches are hard and matter, land matters way, way more. to put it that way. I don't think anyone would argue there's more pressure online either. Oh, it's a little blurry on the outside of the scope here. See if that matters.
They were trying to go for a boost, but they gave up. blameF's too big for Lucky to hold on his shoulders. Boost me.
Imagine if it mattered.
Please, no.
Imagine. Blame, you're crushing me.
Yuri blind as a bat. Able to get back into the corner. Oh.
What the hell is that?
That all game pretty, folks. Remember, blameF's the one still swinging the AK. Safe burn to half HP, and Art from the corner almost gets that swing outwards, but Config's able to give a little bit, just a little bit of success here for the T side. K-Serrato caught as he tried to creep forward through smoke. Glaive's plant could turn this upside down, and they know where both these CTs are at. We get the fallback from Config. He's throwing utility forward here, trying to set up Glaive, who will succeed in grabbing another kill. It falls to drop to clutch. Both terrorists have health. Wide swing from Glaive, punished, and Config wraps all the way around to clutch out for Astralis.
The two craziest rounds are the 2 rounds that Astralis win. How have they pulled that off?
I don't know.
That was a little bit of luck, a little bit of nutsness. I think they had the 2 most important ingredients there. And they had to hit some crazy shots, but I don't, like, okay, that first, I mean, he thought he was done shooting, then he like totally lost control of the AUG, and it was just over. A nice 2vx, and actually Glaive staying close to the bomb plant while Config goes wide around was key, because as soon as they saw 2 players leave for long, they needed to dive to plant and tap it to put the maximum amount of pressure on Astralis, and Glaive made sure that they didn't have that option.
Keeping himself ahead of the flash as well that went beyond him, the frag grenade that was thrown. Also, props to Config. I think he delayed the bank push by a second by throwing his frag right before he committed to running around back towards bathrooms. And that softened up the last player for Glaive to just sweep away.
True.
So kind of stunned them, you know? Take a frag to the face. Gets you thinking for a second.
Yeah, before you die.
And now, we've got a door not only blown off the hinges here in Connector, but also open for Astralis to maybe connect a few rounds. Good flash. Oh, but it gets traded back by Blame. Remember, they're working with lesser weapons here, Furia. But if you stick those MP9s in Connector, they're basically M4s.
And they can maybe score this M4 back if they try really hard. It's not that far away. The walkout, they're walking out into 3.
Yes, they are.
But there aren't many nades to help them, and they start to peel back out of their positions.
Zip trying to find his kill. Oh, safe. Sends it through the metal wall. blameF's trying to push inwards. Yuri finds him. This is just falling flat. Config. 2 kills. He's damaged up, though. He knows there's another player there. Drop gets his teammate and a second.
Wow.
Dropping it on him.
But we're seeing some crazy kills come out of FURIA.
Let's go.
They are fragging. That safe frag as well. I mean, there's a million ways that FURIA could have lost this round.
That's a big pickup, too. Remember, the lesser weapons for FURIA just when their economy's in question. The flashbangs. The flashbang here to set up the first kill. The flashbang within the bomb site screwing over, I think, the push. Oh. We saw guys stranded, just kind of like crouch walking across the middle of the site.
Yeah.
And the fact that they also just ran into that stack.
And that is their own smoke as well. They're using to defend when an opponent takes. It's very common to have the Ts and CTs share the B bomb site while the bomb's getting planted or while there's a lot of action going on. So dropping that smoke defensively gives you a one-way since it's all lumpy back there. In the water. My fault, hit the Windows key.
Gotta pull that thing off the keyboard.
Yeah, it's the worst key.
No, because then...
I actually use it. Did you know if you press Windows key, period, you get an emoji keyboard?
I didn't.
Anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Which set of emojis? Because there's like a bunch now.
Windows.
Okay.
Well, it's, yeah, the official one. Anyways, okay.
blameF's dead.
Wow, drops fragging. Yuri's got stairs.
Dude, this is a very sharp FURIA.
Yeah, very sharp.
Sign me up.
Yep. I'll put you on the list.
Legal AK for Art. Thank you. He's going to go hide it in the treasure trove that is the CT side.
I thought Drop was just going to be a guy who came in and then got cut. I mean,
That's brutally honest.
I don't believe that anymore. But when he first came on, I was like, oh, he looks okay. But I was like, he's not like FURIA caliber. But honestly, he's been real. He's made a lot of smart decisions He doesn't like stand out like crazy all the time, but they don't really need that.
Exactly.
They have an insanely good core.
Yep.
So yeah, I really like the lineup as it is from beginning to end. But Drop came from FURIA Academy, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I actually don't remember if that happened or not.
Let me dig a little. I just feel like every good player's come from the Academy League somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's
it just
coming,
works.
man.
It just works.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
OG are picking up an Academy team now, or scouting one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, Drop's dead though. Zipix.
Oh, I got two!
USP success.
Dude,
And the bomb dropped by Art for an 8th CT round win.
Yeah, you gotta wipe your hands after that. I think you get Botox in your hands
Ew.
so that you don't sweat.
No.
What if you sweat it all the time, though? That's like the worst thing ever.
But it's natural.
Do you have a friend that has their hands sweat when they play on the controller and they hand you the controller and it's like a swamp?
I don't have friends.
Oh. Well, at least have some empathy.
Ready for the buy to change things? Astralis sure are. Op on Lucky. Fade away. Config. Ooh, it's close.
Today it felt like he was gonna hit it.
Yeah, I was ready for that headshot. Very ready. And I feel like he was too. 12-4 is the start for Safe, 10 rounds into this CT side. Yuri's just been a goblin inside connector. Dude. They cannot get by for free, but Safe is dead. He gets out-op by Lucky.
Yeah. They chased him down.
Still looking for his impact.
Gotta be a good nade, right? No? Oh, they get out of it.
The thing is, he has an open escape route. Just leave. If he wants to. Doesn't have to. But it's there.
It's all about options.
You know, the worst thing about having sweaty hands is that once you're aware that you have sweaty hands, they get even sweatier.
They start sweating.
That's why I feel bad for those people.
Yeah, a few people in the audience right now, their hands just started sweating thinking about it. Sorry.
Because we're talking about them.
Yeah, you are now aware of your dog.
Nice clutch. Or clutch, nice catch.
It is Zipix.
Zipix gets a kill. That's a clutch. Zipix throws a nade. That's a clutch. Nice catch from Zipix, finding the flanker. And, you know, I think there is still a conversation to be had around the roles of Astralis as we watch them kind of, you know, try to get through these struggles. Like, who is the lurker? You got a guy like Zip. You got a guy like Blame. What is their identity? And nice to see him just kind of doing his own thing in this round and being successful with it. So weapons work well so far for the T side. 10 seconds, though, making me sweat, ultimately, because if all of a sudden the water player pushes, that could have been the end of the bomb plant. But just in time, they arrive with kills in abundance. Lucky, multiple frags on the op, and 5 players standing. So it is not too late for this T side to succeed. And round 11 is that tail. But they will still lose config at the very least.
How much can Drop do on the run? They're coming for him. He believes in the spray. He's getting shot back, but they're rubber bullets. He's still got full HP. I believe Drop is going to multi-frag right here before our eyes. Oh my god. I don't know how much they want to bleed out now. I mean, they got him. They want to push. Okay, Clay will trade it.
Make sure they end that. But yes, in fact, Drop did come from the FURIA Academy. And, you know, for those of you guys who may not be aware, he is only 18 years old as well.
Damn. Yeah, because we casted, you know, when Honda basically moved back.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure if that was the exact, you know, swap, but
I will check.
Said to do on missions. That was close. They picked the right site. Did have time to plant and made sure to clear out pit as well.
Yes.
Wow, and they've
Drop was the direct replacement for Honda.
And no money here for FURIA.
August 23rd, 2021.
A fateful day.
Another example of the success of Academy teams, right? We talked about it yesterday. Like, if Maus didn't have the best Academy team in the world, how the hell do you replace Robs? You know, we're talking about taking overtimes off Vitality at this very moment. That is immensely impressive.
Yeah, and that's why this might be the most interesting year of CS that we've ever seen.
Push past Monster. Nice flashbang there from Glaive. Sets up the kill for Config. And Zipic's trying to give cover, but these pesky water players, not once, but twice now. Finally, somebody's going to put an end to the blameF. Caught with a grenade, the pistol push from Art. Just the P250.
No AK?
No, he's going to run forward, but he doesn't expect Glaive to still be in the water, so there is Astralis' 4th round win.
Yes, yeah, they put it together. Well, nice mid-round got them to this point where FURIA had no money. And wait, did FURIA invest on that round?
Yeah, they bought it.
Wow, okay, they're super broke-o now.
Some MP9s, a P250. And that's the chance, okay? We've seen, I think, multiple instances for the T side to break in sooner.
Is this the first LAN for FURIA since the Major? Send you on another mission.
I'll go check.
It just occurred to me.
First LAN, probably.
Yeah, because they weren't at the fall final. They weren't at, IEM Winter? Yeah, let's see. It'll definitely be saves, I think. Yeah, it'll definitely be saves.
Yes. First LAN event since PGL Stockholm.
Damn, that's interesting. That's cool. We love that.
Since they top 8'd a major.
Wow. FURIA stickers, some of the best. They look good.
Push past monster, you'll find nothing. Nothing but empty space. But technically no space is empty. There's air all around you right now.
I thought you were going to say dark matter.
No. Caserado will kill Zipic, so that's at least a weapon. We're talking silver linings here for this 13th round of FURIA's CT side. Oh, you gotta push in all the numbers.
So important, yeah.
All of them. And then put it down.
You know the show Bobby's World?
Bob's Burgers?
No, it's a really old like kids show. It was with Howie Mandel?
Yeah, from Let's Make a Deal.
Yeah, the germaphobe. He was like the voice actor in Bobby's World, and it was like a show about him. Anyways, in the intro for Bobby's World, he like rides around on a tricycle and a plastic one.
All right.
And then goes through like a magical world and whatever.
Okay.
Super catchy. And I had one of those tricycles, and I rode that right into a table once and cracked my head open.
And
that's why I'm like this.
That explains a lot, yeah. When I was a kid, my sister dropped me down the stairs. She was, you know, it wasn't self-inflicted and far more to the point.
I shouldn't.
Just to let you know.
Just because you're okay now, I think.
That's why you're laughing?
Yes. At the time, I wouldn't have.
I have a scar above my eyebrow from it.
Yeah.
Makes me look tough.
I got dinked.
Yeah, IRL.
90 damage.
Yeah, never recovered.
M4A1S.
All right. Caserado, you wipe that sweat from your hands. You got some work to do here.
I feel like his hands didn't always sweat.
You know, it's a new year, dude.
Things develop. You know, what if you get sweaty hands next?
Don't make me aware of it. Keep them dry.
FURIA are playing awesome.
Yes, they are, but they've also allowed for Astralis to make something of this first half.
Yes.
This is not the blowout that it felt like it could have been.
It is their map pick, though. Is Astralis' map pick.
Mm-hmm.
And the only game I remember between these two teams, again, it was like a return to LAN, DreamHack, or actually, was it on LAN? It was just in Europe, actually. It was online, but it was in Europe. And this is the first time we saw FURIA play against Astralis, and Astralis dumpstered them on Overpass, so I can understand why they wanted to bring it back here.
Art's aggression. Sees it. Can't do anything about it. Falls back from it. Config wasting no time, and he is currently top fragging for the side of Astralis. And he continues that success with a ripper of a headshot into Art. Now, safe is close.
Damn. Very close. See if safe gets aggro or not. They've got an atypical setup here between the two riflers, but Yuri's so comfortable. Oof. Safe gets flashed, but they don't push him fast enough. Oh, okay, they do.
Yeah, he's so blind.
Config is on point right now.
Yep, and that's a really important, I think, you know, resurgence in form, but he eats a flashbang as he tries to round the corner of the bomb site. And remember, he only has 12 health left, so this should be a very easy pickup for Yuri.
With Config right now, who knows?
Yeah. Give him the headshot. I think he's gonna have the advantage if he peeks from the left, but nah, he didn't expect that spot from Yuri. And now Yuri has support as well. Of course, This indicates to the rest of the T's that there are players up close, but what if Drop now takes the element of surprise that Yuri just used versus Config to topple what's left of this T-side push? They've got 25 seconds to spare, and dude, these flashes?
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Wow.
The utility, as you'd expect with a team like Astralis, is very on point. And they don't know where Kcerado is, but they don't need to. All they know is he's alone, and he's hiding from them, and they are winning rounds back. A 6th for the T side here.
How is Config playing so well? I mean, like he tweeted like 2 weeks ago, I've never felt more irrelevant in the server. You know.
And this is a guy who exudes confidence.
Yes.
You talk to Config in person, you think, how do I do that?
Yeah. Online, Config sleep. Online, real shit.
Yeah. Config eat.
Yeah.
Devour and consume.
That's our berserker.
God, it's really hard to kind of get a read on the situation because FURIA looks so good out of the gate.
Yes.
And you know, we were talking an 8-2 lead. And then kind of out of nowhere, Config decides, I've had enough.
Yes.
He flies up the scoreboard, rocketing beyond everybody else from FURIA.
Dude.
He is now the kill leader in the server at 14 and 11.
All headshots.
And we've had 4 rounds in a row for the Danes. So suddenly this half is like, is it close? Was it always close? Is this just a burst of energy?
They're both playing well. They're both playing well.
So with the final round of this first half, I do like the fact that coming into this best-of-3 series, we're all still going to be left asking questions.
Yes.
You know, is FURIA going to get another hot start? Is this actually just indicative that they've cooled off already? Ooh, answers to be found. But for now, 5v4 off the back of Kcerado. He opens this, and it's Xyp9x down for the count. Will they clear this corner? Last time blameF rocked Yuri's world.
Yeah. Yuri said he wouldn't do it twice. Uh-oh.
Ooh, there's the headshot from Config. blameF will get the corner cleared. Glaive didn't do it. And safe, tucked on long, but blind, and Config knows. Still can't stop it. A1S in line with the spray.
Okay.
Beauty of a multi-kill here from Safe. It's blameF's chance to close this with a clutch. Now, blameF likes to be the last alive. He's got to piece together this picture. He's got a smoke grenade to work with, no bomb control.
Just looking for some extra utility.
And he finds a molly. Again, could use that on truck. That would actually screw over Kcerado. Safe is currently removed from the situation because he's wrapping all the way around long. But there will be shadow advantage here on close corner. And that's Kcerado to close it. So despite the best efforts of Astralis, and most notably Config, who still leads in kills, it is FURIA with the 3-round advantage. A little resurgence in Config, somebody who's definitely been in question as of late. And so all things considered, let's just dive right back in, folks. The second half of Overpass between FURIA and the Danes. And Astralis still favored.
Yeah, they are. It's a tough call, but, you know, I think arguments for both sides for sure. Maybe they didn't see exactly what we saw. And Safe will take an opening, run up to the site quietly. Config will start to barge his way in. blameF hits his shot. Looks like they'll have to allow the bomb to go down. Oh, but the lurker from behind. blameF is gone.
Xyp9x connects a bank kill. That's nice. Just as bomb goes down as well. So he tries to move it forward with Config. We're talking man advantage to the CTs here. And I think that gives them a little bit more room to kind of push their way outwards. Maybe just wait out the smoke. No rush. They don't have a kit currently on them. Zipix looking for a little bit more impact as drop will be cleared off of the truck, and Yuri's now going to have to come in with what's going to be a big clutch attempt, but they need to get on this defuse. It needs to be the 10-second stick, and had Yuri got a kill or two, then maybe things get sketchy, but Glaive will just irk that defuse through, and Astralis, 9-7.
Nice. Now we've got a map. Let's get it all tied. Let's just fast forward.
Fast forward.
Get it all tied up. What's the best fast forward noise?
There isn't really one.
Okay.
You know, rewinds you can do. Fast forward, I just gotta.
Do that backwards.
I can't. Dude, I can't.
Oh man.
I'm good for a sound effect or two, but I have my limits, Launders.
Okay.
Okay. Force buy up from FURIA.
FURIA.
AK Krieg. Art's got the Krieg. Oh, the MAC-10 from K Serato. What you doing, Glaive?
Don't forget you're playing against FURIA.
What you doing, fool?
They're going to be there before you sometimes. That's all you have to tell yourself before you go to that.
Right?
Sometimes, some of the plays I normally make that always work are going to get interrupted.
It's like, you know, you've taken all this time to master Counter-Strike and to learn every internal timing.
Yes.
But when you play FURIA, they're simply faster.
Yes.
They have buff movement speed.
They go 255 with the knife out. 300 with the MAC-10. In fact, you always hear a MAC-10 in your mind when FURIA is playing.
I will say it's just kind of dawned on me that Vinny's not here anymore.
They're missing one of the most beautiful Colgate smiles in the scene at the moment.
Iconic piece of FURIA that had to be left behind.
No more Vinferno.
Yeah.
No more.
They better ban it from here on out.
No more hot dog shark. Was the meme?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Bro, why is this A site open? Look at this.
Wow, it's so peaceful.
Like, FURIA can't believe that they found all of this for free.
Wait, there's nobody here.
There's nobody here.
Wait, there's no one in bathrooms?
Nothing.
Guys!
There's just nothing.
Wait, this is kind of hilarious. What is happening right now? What?
I don't know.
They have to save. Oh my god. Astralis just won the last round.
I don't understand that. What did they see? What did we miss?
They just walk long. They just walk long. There's no one else.
The only thing that happened was Glaive dying B short.
Yeah.
And then they overstacked B site with 4 players, left A completely clear.
I mean, one of them knows that they're an A player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, my memory's going too with age. I mean, FURIA are so nuts they can make you do crazy things.
Yep. We're gonna have to get Heku or somebody on the desk to get an answer to that one. I need an explanation.
What was that?
What just happened in that round?
Oh man, FURIA are geniuses. Let's go, Gary.
Okay.
Well.
So we're back into it.
Yep.
Despite...
Hey, that round was kind of important.
It was very important, bro. They get a free M4 off the back of it.
I was going to fast forward, but...
Yeah, no need.
To my horror, it would be FURIA to just win the next rounds.
All right. Interesting is the word I think I will use politely. Config's got a player down beneath him here on short. Water given over.
You know, if you're not on the site, you can't defend it.
That is a fact. I'm still stunned.
Yeah, they have 2 players on A this round.
Okay. Well, we call that lesson learned.
Yeah.
Looks like they want to maybe go for a little bit of a short play here. Could be a good move to make, but oh, there was 3 players on the other end and nobody holds them accountable for the peak, and the CTs start to peel back somewhat as Art actually takes the front run on this. Ooh, Zipix just throws himself around the water, does 80 damage, but can't quite kill Art.
Oh.
Not far off is Config. Couple love taps through the wall, good flash from Lucky, sets up Blame on the ump. He can drop utility here in both directions, and that's really gonna buy a good bit of time. But he throws himself into the open there, welcoming the spam damage back the other way. And this is it, 30 seconds to hit the B bomb site. We've got Art coming back from Monster, but don't forget the Config is actually here right now. ready to get ahead of this.
He just turned.
Flashbangs come over top. Oh, but still blinded by drop. And nobody else here except for glaive pushing out from heaven. Now he just falls back through the smoke. That's going to be 2 bodies left for FURIA, one of which has to be busy planting bomb. He's got cover just next to him, and the CT's starting to swarm all around. blameF coming through connector.
It's not the worst position for FURIA, and drop gets a kill. Oh my god, it's the 2 new guys. And look at the rotation here from Safe. He's probably going to catch one off guard in just a few seconds. Oh my god, blameF, he had to hit that headshot. Safe had too much HP to work with. Lucky.
No kit, no smoke, USP and a scout. I mean, he's doomed in this one. But
oh my god,
at least the first kill connects, gets Safe in the backdrop, and drop in the forefront is where FURIA ended. So yeah, they get there. Costly. You know, all things considered, I think we look at that situation and go, well, at least the CTs put up a bit of a defense, but ultimately this is FURIA bottoming out the bank accounts of the defense and priming themselves for a good run early on the T side.
They tested A a little bit, and blameF, you know, sent them back to the other side, and they organized and mobilized on time, you know, safely to get into the site. And yes, it was a 2-on-3 situation, but there was no one on the big flank that soon. And obviously, of course, from what we saw, Blame just didn't have enough health to make a round of it. One of them is too tall. So some people might not know, but when you try to boost 3 people up, the 3rd guy will slide off. So here you can slide into the wall if you look. So you have a couple seconds that you can flick off to the left, but you've got to rebalance it. Valve doesn't like it, but it's possible.
Well, they make the game, we break it. Just looking to tear up this B site. It is overstacked appropriately. The bomb's not inbound, so there's still a chance that the CTs get some kills here with USPs and maybe rack up some costs. Lucky's got 2 and a little bit more damage onto Yuri, so not going to be the round win for Astralis, of course. Understandably, FURIA 5-round lead on this T side. And while Config does still continue to offer us some glimpse of success here and there, he's got 19 kills. He is still the leader in the server. You look at the stats over on FURIA's side, and this is just such a good, like, collective effort, you know? They are unarguably the better team at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's definitely important to point out. They were more consistent throughout the first half individually. So, will it be a faster attack, or are they just going to chill again? They should know they have some kind of like economic advantage, and Blame eats that flash, but he'll come too. Oh my god, that flash is so good that even though Yuri doesn't clear him right away, he still has time to take Blame out. He's got to be counting his lucky stars. That's Yuri down to 22 HP, but still he wins not only the duel but connector. Another 5v4 for FURIA.
Config walks into the scope.
Hey,
Lucky.
They might be mentally disarmed for a second. There's still 2 CTs here on A.
Yeah. And Glaive's able to hold off one. Good damage, dude. Look what's left of these players. Glaive, he could get another, but he gives his back to the divider. Smoke grenade in front of him. Gonna give him a chance to escape. Yuri incredibly low. And Zipic's still nowhere to be found. He's so cautious that there could still be somebody flirting outside of the B site.
I think they know that 2 people are here now because they still know Glaive is here and someone was shooting from the back of the site. Oh, they'll try to fall back safe. So smart to take that patiently.
Yep.
Glaive maybe needed to chill in that corner. And look, honestly, that was an opportunity where FURIA could go back, so I'm not surprised Glaive tries to make a move. But FURIA said, no, let's just wait. We've got him ISO'd. And it ends up being the right call.
But then they wait even longer. And that opens up a small possibility for Zipix to come through with something. They call him the clutch minister, but he's been out of office for a little while. This could be him getting back to work. Doesn't have all of the tools for the job. No kit, no utility. Hell, it doesn't even have a helmet if the pistols get swapped out. But he's got a encyclopedia of clutches in his back pocket. He doesn't like the looks of this one. Yeah, too much to handle.
Smoke, yeah.
13 for FURIA. They get through that bathroom setup.
Damn.
3 players were there for the Danes.
Yes.
Config gets opt first, no answer. Glaive shuts down a little bit. Lucky with one.
Man, Lucky had to chase that one down too. That wasn't a bad play from Lucky.
Oh, Zip's gonna die.
You lied. You lied to everybody.
He's supposed to be dead.
Safe got the key frag with the op.
That he did.
Holding down Glaive. That was the nice move of the round. It was like all of Astralis were in the right location, but FURIA were just, they stayed composed throughout all the chaos. This one right here, man. Blame was so blind.
This is Safe killing Config.
Wow.
And the lie.
The lie. Wow. They're just about to get bodied now.
Yep, this is FURIA just gonna run away with victory on Overpass by the looks of it. A pistol win for the Danes and nothing since. But, I mean, this is just a mirrored image of the start of the first half. We were looking at FURIA just demolishing Astralis, and then finally, you know, that little burst from Config is all we had. And it could very well be all we get, at least here on map 1.
Well, people might look at the score. Honestly, Astralis didn't play that well so far, but people might look at the score of this game, or it's a series. If FURIA win and be like, oh, Astralis so bad. But honestly, this FURIA looks very solid.
Zipix blind, the only A1S in play. Blame and ump. Still nothing. They've seen nothing at all. He also has the smoke and flash if that's needed at some point, but I feel like FURIA, they just know that they have, you know, this full control of the situation.
Full control, my friend.
They're taking it piece by piece. I feel like when FURIA get into this zone, oh, they don't
Smoke.
give you any other space, but as they're trying to trade grenades, Glaive gets Zipix killed so that he can take his A1S and try on his own. And there's good cover from the ump of Blame, but how much can we really ask of him as he tries to come in on that flank? It's Config with a deagle to still try and keep this alive. More damage done to Safe. Lucky on the USP, Config with the armored Deeg. Baits out the op shot. That's going to confirm both players stuck within sight. And another missed shot here, keeping Safe's confidence low. You know, that's Lucky's goal. As long as he doesn't hit Config in heaven, then Lucky was doing his job. But Safe stops worrying about the USP, and that's where it ends up getting the better of him. It's still the 14th for FURIA. It's still the 2-to-1 ratio. It's still the opening map win.
It is.
At least it's on the line.
It's looking like it.
2 to go.
Safe and drop, another 2vx situation. Cleaned. Looking really good. Maybe
okay.
one last real round here for Astralis to attempt to fight back. Safe is good, man. He's very good. Safe.
Could very well have another contender on our hands. I feel like, you know, personally...
That's the last thing any pro team needs right now.
Yeah, right?
Another good team.
I feel like, you know, FURIA was somebody who I was kind of like holding my breath with.
Yeah.
Like, well, let's see what they offer. And, you know, for a team that's kind of wounded like Astralis, they're doing a really good job of just wrecking them. But Zipix ain't gonna go down without a fight. 2 kills, and blameF's gonna activate very quickly here. He smells blood in the water within this 20-second round. Caserado wary of the flank, though. If Blame is alive, then he can be behind you. That is the mantra.
Yeah.
Safe. Oh, he doesn't
What
miss.
a shot. And he's not ready for that peak, right? He's holding for the right side.
Yep.
Now, Blame is starting to speed it up. They were watching it for a second, but they're understaffed, and Zipix hits another heater. Very nice shot.
Blame activates, as it had been watched moments ago. Caserado trying for the barrels kills. He gets dinked for 99. Configs with the assist, and an 8th here for the Danes.
Not bad.
How's that happen? How did they pull that off?
Zipix was full blind and got 2 kills, so they decided to rush. I mean, that's where the round ends pretty much. They decide to go for a rush B, and they can't trade the first guy, even though the flash hits. So the utility's good, but Zipix with his blind spray, you know, that's actually something you honestly should practice.
If I want to get blind kills like Zipix, what do I need to do?
So got to shoot on a wall.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to practice your spray pattern on a wall with your eyes closed.
Oh.
So
Well,
it's
when you
not
put
even,
it that way.
honestly, I'm not even being sarcastic. Blind sprays are important, you know?
So you're telling me that I got to sit in front of my computer with my eyes closed and shoot into a wall. And that's the advice you're giving to everybody who's listening.
Well,
So
basketball players go to an empty court and shoot free throws all night.
So you heard it here first, kids. When your parents walk into the room and you're sitting in front of your computer with your eyes closed, shooting into a wall, you say, Launders told me so.
No, you make it look so silly, sound so silly, but it's not.
It is ridiculous.
When you put it into words, yeah, but you want to be the best or not, kid?
Are you having fun, son?
Are you winning, son? Not are you having fun, and that's the point.
Okay. What'd you do today?
Do you want to win,
Shot
or do you want to
walls
spray?
for an hour.
Do you want to win, or do you want to spray a wall with your eyes open?
Not quite on the mark here, as the lesser weapons of FURIA will attempt something special in round 23. You know what scares me? When all of FURIA's players are stuck together. I feel like they're... Oh, it's like a murderous unit. But blameF will find drop. He was a little bit faster than the others. And Config's artillery comes through to support the connector play. Safe, not going to be able to flick into that one. blameF goes right back to the top of Con, predicting that these players would try to trickle down upon him. And sure enough, we got 5 strong for Astralis at the end of round 23. Now, they're still within spitting distance of FURIA. Not that you should spit on people, that's rude. But if you have to, in order to win, do what it takes.
Should? Yeah, okay. So you're willing to spit on people but not spray walls with your eyes closed.
Hey.
Interesting. Says a lot about you.
Yeah, it does. I believe you said, do what you have to win.
Yes.
Config. Nice to see him up there. I'm sure even for his own, confidence, even despite this looking like a foregone conclusion and a FURIA map win, it's going to feel good to have plus 20 kills in the situation. blameF as well. Yeah. Beautiful rounded side of connector. Just
players always lie and say, no, it doesn't matter unless we win.
I feel like Config wouldn't lie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
You see me out there? Yeah.
Never felt so relevant.
Yeah. And jokes aside, those were, that rifle one was good from Astralis, and then they got the free one.
blameF had lead.
Oh.
Looked like he was going to, and he decides to come back at it for second servings.
They actually did, there's no one from the T side towards bathrooms, but he also didn't have a teammate to help him get out that way.
Okay.
So
would make falling back a little more daunting.
But that also means that, they specifically left him vulnerable. Now, we did just see, Gambit use that setup a lot and worked. They just trusted him. But normally, you have someone to help him get out.
They're inside of the smoke, so they decide to push past it. Lucky. Oh my god.
Oh, what?
Whoa!
Oh. They just pushed all the helium out of your body.
Ooh. I don't want to talk about that one.
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That one makes the Danes look a little foolish.
Yes, a little silly.
They were set up for a short push.
You want to analyze it?
I don't think I know how.
I hope that's their answer too.
Just completely exposed on the side of Pillar. Feels to me like the Barrels player should have had contact so that Lucky could have at least tried to flick down, but Barrels player is tucked in.
Was Lucky turning from a flash?
I can't quite see.
Yeah, that'd be a very legit reason if that was the case. So it might have been a really bad timing, but he was just, not looking the right way.
No.
That couldn't have worse.
My questions are for his teammate. The Barrels player, was he flashed?
Yeah.
And was Lucky just not able to answer. But not to take anything away from FURIA. Beautiful round. The smoke fell down on them. Maybe that's why the Danes just don't anticipate that.
He also might have been checking short as he rotates.
Yeah, barrel player. Xipix is tucked in barrels. Lucky's standing on the side of the column.
Yeah.
Just miscommunication.
Yeah. Maybe they don't like each other.
Bad.
Maybe it's personal.
No, hold on now. Don't spread lies. Don't spread the lies, Launders.
I don't know. Just
spitballing?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Is that me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was. Can't take it away though. I think the timing on the smoke is really what screwed all of that over. I don't know if the B defenders just kind of put their guard down, but with the smoke grenade landing from the A site on top of them and FURIA already being in front of it, why not just go clean through?
Dude.
So 6 map points, folks. This was Astralis' map pick to take it onto Overpass, and they're paying the piper.
Oh. He
So
kind of wanted to shoot there, but yeah.
Meanwhile, runs into the bathroom, sticks his face against the wall. FURIA's coming to give him a swirly. But he actually gets away unscathed, so I think if you're lucky in that case, you're just happy you didn't get caught out of position. Yuri's throwing smokes through the trees.
Being happy not to die is my motto. A lot of good map control here for FURIA early on. And one of the more natural rotations from config towards long control as they chill. I think this is a great way to weaponize him. Oh, will he turn the corner? Oh, that might be dangerous.
Yeah, way too many bodies over there. He didn't see them all.
Yeah, he's careful not to wide swing, but
Yep.
you know, now that we're at 50 seconds, it is meaningful to see somebody, you know, on long like this. So we'll see if you're a read that he's fallen back. Config will put one to bed, and they don't know he was that long.
You can tell he's feeling it, but
Ooh.
maybe he feels himself a bit too much.
Another flash, but
Safe man handles the second peek down bathrooms, and now it's really going to boil down to the actual A defenders. Did Lucky not see that?
I don't know if he did. Maybe
I mean,
they
it's
did.
Confirmed by the smoke, so blameF's going to take responsibility for it. 20 seconds left over here. Bomb's still floating outside bathroom. CT's starting to scramble upwards. Here's the push. It's the push that could end the map. And blameF still just looking to cut off players from long, but you better make sure that gun doesn't go dry. 10 seconds to spare. They start to push past through the bathrooms. blameF isn't able to stop them from getting onto the site. He's taking damage, but dishing it out.
Hello?
2 seconds left, no plant. This falls flat. The kills come through after time expires. That's FURIA with a fumble.
How does blame live
I don't know.
that?
With
I mean, it was a good try. Someone died after time.
it was a try.
Yes.
It was a try.
E for effort.
Oh, that's so curious because, listen, man, I'm not trying to be a doomsday speaker for FURIA, but round like that, you know, a little shakiness, can't close your game, huh? Can't close as soon as you can, and now all of a sudden you're just working with a couple of rifles. The economy's not beneath
Just say
you.
it. Say it's going to OT. Just do it.
Just saying that the config is definitely putting up a fight, and blameF isn't too far behind him. And I truly believe that config and blameF can be enough to win maps. So let's just say 5 to go. Still a chance for anything to happen. But we've got a rickety totem pole thrown in the middle of this B site. There's going to be a push past Monster. They give up their boost. Xyp9x just keeping his head tucked, comes around from barrels, delivers a kill alongside config and blameF. They shut out this B push entirely. FURIA will still have 2 bodies getting closer. And Safe, damn it, no matter what gun you put in his hands, he's going to give you something to talk about. But that's all they managed to get, despite damage. Quick look, Glaive, Xyp9x, blameF, all close to death, and yet all still standing. 4 rounds to go for Astralis to push OT.
Bit better versus the Monster Explode. They had the smoke that comes in late for deep. The other side of Monster, but they're not watching it, of course. But it doesn't scare FURIA. Well, it in fact encourages them forward, and they realize they have to take this risk because they're on some low utility, so they make their way into the site. But a great counter flash helps Xyp9x multi-frag, and they have more than enough players behind it to stop that whole ordeal.
We get the conga line of P's from FURIA running up connector. They just ate a nade.
5.
Hefty damage. Nicely done from blameF. Sprays away for the 4 kills. Easy pickups.
Mr. Consistent. 27 and 18
pickups.
off that 4K. 3 rounds to go. Maybe you're onto something, Scrawn.
Just saying. You know, I think very much like Gambit were versus NIP earlier, you know, Astralis will try tooth and nail every step of the way, every little detail. They're fighters at the very least. Are they struggling as of late? Absolutely, no doubt, undeniable. But they are fighters to the end. There is a deep pit of experience on that roster. Config and blameF can continue their carry.
This actually worked really well the other time. This might be the right call here from FURIA.
Agreed.
They're moving so fast too. Lucky, I don't know how aware he is. Oh yeah, he's not super aware of this. Now it's dangerous for him to clear this out. He's got to call for some help, and I think they know he's here, but it looks like they might give him a kill. I don't know exactly. Oh.
Falls off the angle. He hit
now
that.
He's just in danger, so.
Yeah, they're pushing up close. He gets blinded, falls back around bank. Good movement.
Is the whole site config. What can he do? Oh.
Drop gets the better of it, plants the bomb as well. So yeah, we saw it from FURIA before. Long A emphasis worked out wonderfully. Now it's a retake needed with a man disadvantage to try and surmount a nice clean close shot from Lucky, but an immediate double answer. And of course, FURIA piecing together what is this 2v4. Xyp9x in with impact, blameF trying to work with him. He's got players skating back and forth, but he's still shut backwards. Xyp9x in the 1v3. He's gonna swap out weapons, no reload needed. Art, his position's known. And Xyp9x is just trying to close that gap. He's gonna push it forward, gets the kill, and one more is needed. He's gonna throw the smoke in front of the bomb. The taps from Serato denies it. Through the smoke, FURIA end the misery of Astralis on Overpass. The long A play, the aggression up close, and the overwhelmed Opper and Lucky fall short for Astralis.